doubt that coronavirus has affected the entertainment industry. There's been a great decline in revenue. Now, one will wonder how our celebrities are keeping up in this hard time. Even though we're not sure when COVID-19 will be totally eradicated, I had the opportunity to speak to a few media personalities, and I mean key media personalities, and this is what they had to share. Do enjoy.
On the scale of 1 to 10, coronavirus, my income 10. Scale of 1 to 10, 12. Is it 1 being the least, 10 being the highest? 16. If I catch coronavirus, let me. Why even do this interview, sir? Who even called the coronavirus right now? It's peppering my conscience. I'm even allowing it to, because even I have smoothie.
Coming into the year 2020, we've now had a situation where what has been a major part of our economy is, so to speak, obviously we know there's more to our economy than just entertainment, but it's a major part of what we sell as Nigeria's products. And we've not been able to do that in terms of coming together and celebrating what has now become our culture. It's unfortunate in terms of the business because there used to be a lot of exchange in terms of the amount of shows and events that would be happening on a daily basis. Talking not just events, talking about weddings, talking about social gatherings that are not particularly key to any particular calendar celebration. So every weekend in Lagos is always an opportunity to do some level of parties, events, or a function. All those things can't happen anymore. And a lot of industries are dependent on that. The catering services, the waiters, the ushers, the sound equipment people that always get their equipment rented out every weekend. Those people will not be seen as much business as they used to prior to COVID-19.
Entertainment, is a contact business, where we legit have to see one another, feel the energy, feel the vibe, for us to be able to, communicate and commute, as the case may be. It has affected us. It has affected what we do. I do shows, I MC gigs, and because of the pandemic, that cannot happen for now. People first of all would have to be alive and be safe before we do that. It has affected us seriously, but again, we hope for the good. We hope that in no time this will pass and we'll continue our lives.
Movie making is a big business, and once you're not making money, you're out of business. So right now, as an actor, I'm not making money, so it has affected me squarely.
The outbreak of the coronavirus have clearly affected the growing business of entertainers on many levels, because a lot of entertainers make money from social gatherings. Say a comedian who gets booked weekends to MC, the interior decorator, the event planners, now they cannot plan anything, and this might even last for a minute. So it's pretty tough on entertainers, because even when the lockdown was eased off, banks were getting back to work, markets were open. Markets were open even during the lockdown, even though it was being rational, but entertainers cannot perform. They cannot really do anything.
The Nigerian government has never, I think Nigeria, because we're a continent, so we are not a country, we embody the entire African continent. We have been faced with a pandemic that we did not see coming. And a lot of people live from hand to mouth in this country. The moment there is no flow of income, people are broke and are just stuck at home. And I think that for every time we've heard that there's going to be some sort of palliative incentive to ginger people, we've not seen these things. Too many people are sitting on too much resources, money and capital. Share it, oh. A lot of people will say, oh, we are giving out food. The government will say, we're packaging food supplies for Nigeria. But how can you reach the whole Nigeria? The isolation centers are just, like, we know people that are running out of the isolation centers, going to greet their families, going back to the churches and coming back. I think the government needs to work more on that. Like, we need to put a lot of measures in place. Again, there is also the mindset. Nigerians feel that Corona does not exist. And they feel that it's a controversial agenda and a publicity stunt. I hear two things. 2020, I'm going forward. Please take it back. Take it back. Take it back. And the interview, I'm tired. Which 2020? Who told you we are in 2020? This is a dress rehearsal.
There is no 2020. They should even postpone this year. There is nothing like 2020. 2020 is waiting to happen. One can never say that there is a record of 2020. Everything is postponed. They should just make it such that maybe 2021 is 2020. They reverse the calendar. There should be a world gathering. Everybody around the world come and sit down. Oh, we have gathered. Oh, we have gathered, all of us. We have gathered. We have unanimously agreed that there was no 2020 in our calendar. If Android or Apple, everything shut down. Erase 2020 from inside your this thing, because it is a dress rehearsal. That is the truth. How can you say there was a 2020 and moving forward? Moving forward from where to where? Everything is postponed. This is an Olympics year. Have you seen any Olympic inside this year now? Huh? Have you seen any Olympic? And then you are saying, what is my plan for today? Why are you asking me that kind of question? Why are you asking me that kind of question now? Huh? What kind of question? Are you mocking me? Why are you asking me the question? Have you asked your own self 2020 question? Have you?
I can't even lie. Before the lockdown happened, I had about 4 or 5 bookings, contract signed, that had to be cancelled. So you know what that means, that's money lost.
Obviously the industry coming to a halt because of the pandemic has not eased up, has opened some other avenues, let me put it this way, because avenues such as using your Instagram Live or having Zoom parties or using the social media apps such as TikTok and Triller, those things have opened up the opportunity for a lot of people, not just entertainers now, a lot of people to become some level of entertainment content creators. So right now, content is key because all you need to do is just record your content and put it out.
My people, as we did this Niger, now the attitude of our people now will make this work. We can't throw everything on the government all the time. What are we doing individually to move this pandemic and then get life back? The reality check of the matter is that stop blaming the government. Now the attitude of the people, now us, we be the problem.
I feel like Nigeria has done the best they can, considering that we're Nigeria. They've actually done more than I expected. I expected us to have been hit even worse than we have been hit by the pandemic. I thought the numbers would be way higher than they are right now. And even with the easing of the lockdown, the numbers have increased, but it hasn't increased to the level I thought it would increase to. So in terms of how the government has handled it, I think they had a head start to some extent. They've handled it a bit more seriously than some other countries have. Nigeria's had a good record in terms of handling these situations. I think we did very well with Ebola, and we've never really had such pandemic affect us before. So this is the time we've been worst hit, but we've managed it well enough. I think we could do better. We can always do better in terms of making sure people get tested, because I feel like we would know the numbers would probably be higher if we had more people getting tested. So the situation now is you don't get tested if you don't have symptoms. And in some cases, those things are being mismanaged as well in terms of who gets tested and who gets taken care of. But kudos to the government for what they've done so far, but we do expect that you can do more.
Are you not seeing what they're handling? Are you asking me? Are you not seeing that what they are doing? Government, ciao.
Well, I do things differently. I mean, the world will never be the same again after coronavirus. It's just what it is. Nothing is going to remain the same. People perhaps understand now the importance of digital currency a little more than they did before. And things that I would do differently would obviously be take my social media a little more serious, because I never took social media serious. I wouldn't even lie to you.
It is a place now for people to self-reflect. Like, you just have to sit back and know, like, okay, the things that matter right now, family, and you get me, like getting close to your loved ones and all that. Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of us were busy out there trying to like make ends meet, but like I feel like the world is on a total pause. The things that were important to us right now are no longer important. Like, everybody kind of values life right now.
And what I think would happen is after the pandemic, people will slowly, in terms of the charges entertainers give, they would not, I mean, because the economy is in trouble, the world economy is in trouble. So if you were charging, let's say, $1 million to MC before now, you would have to compromise a little bit. I think you would. You possibly would compromise, and that would go for actors and for artists as well. Until things stabilizes. When things stabilizes, then everybody will be back to normal and things will pick up. But for now, you'll give discounts. You would, you know, you've got to be considerate, and everyone is aware. Companies are laying off staffs. You know what I'm saying? It's almost a case of the survival of the most relevant now. Only the most relevant to get bookings.
Like if you're a media personality and you're feeling the pressure to do a giveaway, then that means your notoriety or your celebrity status was based on falsehood from the onset.
We have always been pressured from day one, you know, and I call it misdirection of anger. We're not the government. Let's get it straight. We're not your government. You didn't elect us to rule you or to govern you. So I'm not responsible for you and what the economy will do to you, because I'm also somehow affected by the same economy, directly or indirectly.
We're talking about the art of giveaways. Now, it depends on how you perceive giveaways. Giveaways from the heart, giveaways for the social media stats and numbers, giveaways for an audience measurement technology to enhance your social media tractions, engagements, and traffic, or giveaways to just say, I want to help. Sadly, it falls down to the people that want to just gain all the tractions on social media and what have not. Ladies and gentlemen, I have sat down this period to look at my books and the records of the books. The money coming in and then the money going out. Alas, the money going out is more than the money coming in this season. This pandemic has made everyone reach out for one reason or the other. However genuine, however authentic, and even not authentic, we do what we can, and as Davido would say, we rise by lifting others. Now, I think that there's a lot of pressure on entertainers, showbiz personalities, even media practitioners to just go with the trend and say, we have to do this giveaway by hook or crook. Why are you doing these giveaways in the first place? Why do you have to put them out there for you to get cyber applause? Cyber applause. What do you need cyber applause for? Just do it. Do it because you have to. Do not feel pressured. Do not let people pressure you into doing something, even if you feel that you're not financially stable enough to pull it off. Do not also be inspired and motivated wrongly to do giveaways simply because everyone else is doing it and you need to join the bandwagon. Do it because you want to. You don't have to do it out on the internet. Do it and nobody has to see it.